three fools decided to build a house in the desert. The blue creature saw a small patch of green grass and thought it was the perfect place to settle. The yellow creature disagreed. He pointed to some rocks ahead and said that spot was better, then quickly stood on the rocks. But before he could enjoy his victory, the blue creature pushed him off. They started fighting. The green creature decided to keep walking. He found an oasis, and the three fools rushed toward it, crossing a forest and eventually reaching the seaside, where the view was the best. The blue and yellow creatures were especially pleased and immediately grabbed branches to mark their territory. They both wanted more space, and eventually they pushed the green creature out. Green creature didn't get mad, he just turned and went into the jungle. After green creature left, they went crazy cutting down trees, racing to build their houses as fast as possible, and soon their houses were finished. Even the heights of the houses were almost the same. The two fools were furious, neither would allow the other to be taller, so they started chopping even taller trees. Yellow creature brought a chainsaw, and the blue creature drove a bulldozer over. Soon, the forest was completely gone. Their houses were already hundreds of feet tall, but there was still no clear winner. Finally, the forest was bare, and there was no wood left. At that moment, a bird flew by carrying a fish in its beak. The two fools immediately had an idea. They started catching fish from the sea and using them as building materials. To make their houses taller, they piled up anything they could find. Time passed, but the houses stayed the same height. On the ground, all materials were used up except for one tire. The two fools hooked the tire with ropes and struggled with all their strength for the last piece of material, but the houses were about to collapse. Just then, a little bird landed on the tire, which became the final straw that crushed them. The two fools' houses ended up merging. Furious, they decided to team up to kill the bird, but their aim was terrible, and the bird was completely unharmed. They used binoculars to see where the bird was and ended up witnessing something shocking. The green creature had found a wife, even had several kids, and was living a very happy life. Meanwhile, the two fools hadn't even finished their houses. They still didn't realize their own mistakes and kept blaming each other, eventually starting a huge fight that caused their houses to collapse. What lesson do you take from this story?